August 9th, 2020, and I just want to do a little video here to document the work that's been done over the past few days here. We got the hood hinges and the hood striker in gloss black, so all we did was, they had been previously sandblasted and primered, so we just scuffed it and then sealed it with epoxy and then black base and 2 coats of that SPI production. Same with those vents. The wheel wells, those were in epoxy as well, so we just scuffed those. On the bottom, it's reduced Raptor, color matched. Reduced it to give it a little bit less texture. And then on the top, we scuffed them 400 dry and sealer coat of epoxy, and then 2 coats of base, and then 2 coats of that production clear. Really like that production clear. Lays out really flat. It's got a lot of gloss. It's got a lot of material on it. It's mixes 4-to-1. So these things were really nice pieces to begin with. I think the only area that had something was a little bit of pitting where the battery sits, but nothing gone through. And then the steering wheel. We two-toned the steering wheel. I had primered this a while back. It had some cracks, and I fixed the cracks, and then 2K'd it, wet sanded it, and painted it two-tone. So this is the color of the dash, and it's going to be the color of the steering column. That should be here any day. And then of course the outside. So restored the steering wheel. That's the original centerpiece, and cleaned up pretty good. So I'm just going to add this video on with some more work. We're going to get started on the hood this week. Be prepping that and going to be painting that. So we'll bring y'all back. Alright, today's Saturday, August 15th, 2020. It's like 1200 degrees out here, but we got this hood ready for paint. It was overall pretty good piece. I did have a little nick right here when I ran into the garage with it pushing it, so I was able to pull that out and work it out and put a little filler. So right now this thing is in 600. Our process was we blocked the existing primer that was on it in 180, and then we epoxied it 2 coats unreduced, and then we 2K primered it, and then we 180'd it again, and then we 2K'd it again, and 400 dry, 600 wet, backside too. So we've got it washed with soap and water. It's been hanging for about half an hour out here in the heat. Hopefully it dries up. We're gonna wheel it inside and seal it and go to town. Actually, this hood required no filler, only on the spot that I ran into the garage. But that's pretty impressed with the piece. There's no filler on it. It's only 2K primer. It's really solid underneath. So bring y'all back once we get it sealed. All right, here we are. We got this thing in the base coat. So we put 3 coats up top and 2 on the bottom. It's still flashing off right now. So when I started to paint this car, when I decided to paint this car, I bought a gallon of the Deltron and a gallon of the appropriate reducer for that. And so far we've painted the shell, the doors, the jambs, under the trunk, the top of the trunk, the rear valance, skirts, fenders, tops of the wheel wells, radiator support, half of the steering wheel, and then top and bottom of this hood. And we have about 4 ounces of paint left, so it was exactly enough. So we're just gonna let this thing flash off, tack rag it in about 20-30 minutes, come back and spray some clear. I'm gonna do the same thing, 3 coats on top and 2 on the bottom, because there's no need for 3 coats on the bottom, and I don't have that much clear left, so we're trying to stretch it. So we hung it so there's no trash. So far so good. It's about 95 degrees in here, so we'll bring y'all back once it's clear. All right, so here we are, it's done. We got 3 coats of clear up top, and we ran out of clear, so we just got one coat on the bottom, one heavy coat. I think we'll be all right. Sprayed it at 35 psi. There's a little bit of texture on it, but I'm thinking 1500 will knock it down pretty good. So we just rolled it out here to bake. How many hours we said we got in this thing? It's about 30 from start to finish. So we got about 30. We bare metaled underneath, epoxied it, we blocked it, we epoxied it. We did this in about a week. So this is the last of the big parts. All that's left is the front valances and engine block. So we had just enough paint. 1 gallon of the Deltron was enough to do this entire job. And I did have to buy more clear here and there. So hope you guys enjoyed the video here, and stay tuned for more.